Interesting. What's up, YouTube? Ving Rhames turned down Any Given Sunday because he was doing Mission Impossible 2. And I think it was a smart move because at least with Mission Impossible 2, which was the sequel to the original, not only was the money going to be there, but he was going to be playing, having more of a chunky role and more going for him in that capacity with Tom Cruise. Movie like Any Given Sunday, everything revolves around Al Pacino, and of course Cameron Diaz was big for this. Actually, the film actually blew up Jamie Foxx though, but then the whole conflict with LL Cool J was interesting. There's a lot of interesting storylines and plots in front of and behind the scenes of Any Given Sunday, which isn't a bad football depiction movie. But Ving Rhames turned it down. I think he was supposed to have LL Cool J's part. Was very interesting to say the least. Would have been interesting had he been in it. I like to think. I think because of his talent, skill set, and his vibe, I think it would have been interesting. You know, you always kind of gotta wonder. You see certain personalities, and you just kind of think to yourself like, okay, but it could have been just kind of like a meat and potatoes role, and it doesn't really go anywhere and doesn't enhance him. So it's kind of like, you never know the amount what he could have gotten out of it. So you have to take that in consideration. There's so many factors involved, and people look at the success, but then you have to think maybe it might have been that way if said person was in said film. Maybe it doesn't go that way. So we have to take that all in consideration. But it was definitely a memorable film, and but he did a good choice by going to Mission Impossible too. I mean, he's cool with Tom Cruise. And when I see stuff like that, I don't even have a trip on it. I don't even trip on that because it's like it makes logical sense to me. I can understand why he would, um, you know, not go there with that. And it makes logical sense. You know, I don't question. I tried to imagine if someone was in said role, but then I can also understand how they may get caught up being typecast, and you just become either a jock or meat. Basically the meat and the bodyguard and one dimensional. Now you might say, well, that's the same thing with doing Mission Pop too. Well, there's stuntmen with certain types, but it allows him to at least carry into different avenues because if it hits, you never know. He might catch him on Wesley Snipes a break or Samuel Jackson break, Action Man, and you never know how that can play. Whereas when you do a movie like Immigrant Sunday, unless you already known commodity, they're gonna put you as a one-dimensional type of character. So it depends on what kind of vehicle and options you give yourself. But anyway, do you think he made the right choice? And did it better suit LL Cool J? I think LL would it loaned itself more towards. They were name brands, and Ving is a respected at what he does, but there's difference when you got Jim Brown, you got Lawrence Taylor, Cameron Diaz, Al Pacino. Jamie Foxx was on the come up, so it's interesting to say the least of how they put that there, but um, it's just one of those things. I don't think he made a bad choice. I think it worked out itself. But anyway, let me know what you think about Ving Rhames turning down Any Given Sunday and it replaced him. Please hit like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for another. Share it if you like, and hit that membership because when you do requests like this come true, stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out. Peace.